like I'm in a helicopter, but oh well. What if I tried, alright, so, oh shoot, just a sec. Okay, now, there's, one thing left to do. Is this doing anything? It is, but it's not. I'm coming out very choppy at times, but otherwise it's okay. Yeah, I tend to think that it goes. So if I hold it up here. Okay, so I think now, I believe I've, that I've got it to a point where it's okay. Yeah. And, if I talk in here like this, wow, that's actually really clear. It's actually pretty clear. Okay. Okay. So I'm calling the game like this. I think it's okay. Really, I think everything would work out okay. Now I put it up here. Now granted, for most road games until we get to the postseason, it's just going to be home games for the most part that have two commentators. Okay. So, okay. Okay. There we go. Alright. Alright. Well, again, this seems to be working okay. It seems like my volume's keeping up pretty good. The 1-1 on its way up. Yeah. Okay, so we go back to this. Right, I just kind of, go. Let's just say the first person hit a home run. That'd be strange, but there you go. Scores on the board. There you go. What if we get to 10? What we do is when we get to 10, I take a space out and change the score. So now it says 11. Joseph, I would certainly hope. Do you think it would get as bad as 11-0 against Roncalli? I didn't think so either, but I thought maybe I'd check with you on that. So we'll put Wahoo at like 6, not 3, 6. There you go. And yeah, you know, change score again. 12. 13, bottom 6, and there are 2 down. Alright. First pitch on the way is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. As you can see, the Blues are going to need to do some work in the top half of the 7th. They have the bottom of their order due up 7, 8, and 9. And misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. If anything would happen, the top of the order in Ludwig would be due up. The 1-1 on its way. A grounder to short, picked up by Stewart. He throws across the line. It is in time, and the side is retired. So Roncalli with a blasting of 5 runs, and they extend their lead even further. We head to the 7th. Roncalli is on top of this one, 13-6. And we welcome you back. Michael Klein checking in with you here in the press box. Coming up is Spectrum Blues Live. Hear from myself. You can also hear from fan reaction. We'll have Tom Klein in to give his 2 cents of the game. We might also hear from a player as well. All that coming up on Spectrum Blues Live, immediately following the game, right here on the ENLBN. As we welcome you back to Roncalli Catholic High School, and Roncalli has to be feeling very confident right now as they have a big 7-run lead over the Blues here. It's the bottom of the order here in the Blues half of the 7th inning. And the first, whoa, look out, a fastball at 91, and that caught him flush, and he is down. Boy, you certainly don't want to do that leading off an inning. I mean, my goodness gracious. You definitely don't want to do that leading off an inning. Well, this maybe gives some hope for the Blues here in the 7th inning, a leadoff base runner, but as you can see by that graphic, they certainly have their work cut out for them. And base on balls, base on balls. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Double down the line. That scores 2 runs, and the Blues in business here late as the score is now 13-8. The first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. And so obviously the Blues having the work cut out for them here in this 7th inning, as they've scored a couple runs here in the 7th, but Roncalli just a little too much for them here tonight. But Blues certainly trying to make a late comeback, but I just think it's a little late in this game, if you ask me. Now, granted, I don't know. 0-1. The dirt in a block. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 misses. 2 balls and 1 strike now. So he's ahead in the count, 2-1 here. Again, we're in the top half of the 7th inning. So the Blues down to their final 3 outs. They need 5 to tie and 6 to get the go-ahead run across. So obviously they have themselves in quite a scenario here. This would be one big and dramatic comeback if this would happen to pan out. The 2-1. And that's fouled away, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is the top of the order in Colin Ludvik. He's followed by Malachi Bardowski. 2-2. And that's fouled back, and so certainly, as being a 9-hole hitter, you know, this is definitely a scenario where you would want the top of the order up right away, but the bottom of the order prevailing very nicely here. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, we'll just pretend, we'll pretend it's bottom of the order. But the bottom of the order has panned out very nicely. The 2-2 on its way. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out, and there is 1 gone here in the Crimson Pride half of the 7th inning. Again, this game has moved right along. The longest half inning has only taken 15 minutes, and so that is how we have gotten to this point. I think we barely squeaked it out of the hour and 45 minutes that were allotted. I think we barely were able to get to this half inning, as we're coming up on an hour and 55 minutes played here at Roncalli this evening. And, you know, certainly a scenario you don't want to be in. Hey, be sure to Join us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be showing you coverage of Blues baseball from the UTAN tournament at Itan Park in UTAN. It all begins when the Blues take on the UTAN Chieftains. That's Friday night at 8 o'clock, followed by them taking on the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. That will be Saturday at 1 o'clock. Our game time Sunday is to be determined, and our opponent will be determined on Sunday as well. Of course, based on the first two game results. And so you would like to imagine that if you are in this scenario, one out, you have a runner on, you already have two home, you have the top of the order in Colin Ludwig, who is already 2 for 3. You would like your chances that another run at least comes in and scores. Here's the first pitch, and Ludwig swings and drives one to deep center. Back going the center fielder, he's at the wall. It is out of here! A 2-run shot for Colin Ludwig, and the Blues back in business as they now come even closer. It is now 13-10 here in the 7th with one out. Holy cow. Well, how about that? Do me crazy, and the Blues are within 3 runs of Roncalli, and boy, they have just stuck with them through thick and thin tonight. Never give up, never surrender, and boy, that is exact reason why. And the Blues in business now. It is 13-10 here in the 7th. Now Malachi Bordowski. Joe Klein is on deck. This would be a humongous at-bat for Joe, given that last season the Blues were either up by a ton or down by a ton every time he was, it seemed at least, he was in. Remember, the Blues played in 3 extra inning games last year, most I've ever seen. First pitch. First pitch on the way. And he bunts. How about that? He bunts, and he is going to beat the throw to first base. So, what will likely go down as an infield single, and the Blues back in business now as Joe Klein comes up, and the tying run for the Blues moves into the on-deck circle. Again, 4 runs already across, and Joe Klein looking to make that 6 runs right here, as he will no doubt be swinging the bat and hoping to crush one out of here like Ludwig did. A first pitch, and Klein swings and drives one to center field. That ball is hit pretty well. That is off the wall. Around third is Bordowski. He's going to score. Klein rounding second. He isn't halting in a million years. The throw into third is not in time, and Joe Klein comes through with an RBI triple, and it is 13-11 Roncalli now in the 7th. No action in the Roncalli bullpen, but here comes their manager, and he's wasting no time. He's going to go ahead and make a double switch here. And we will be right back as the Blues in the middle of a rally. 13-11 as we head to commercial. And we welcome you back to Roncalli Catholic High School. We're in the midst of a Blues late rally, but can it be enough? They're still trailing by 2. Joe Klein has just come through with an RBI triple. And we will see if the 4-man hitter Peyton Nelson can come through in any way or form. The first pitch, Nelson with a big rip and a miss. Nothing in 1 the count. There's still 1 out. I mean, you got 2 outs to work with. You're only trail by 2 runs. Keep in mind, the Blues were down 7 at the start of this inning. And so they have worked their lead down to, 2, as 5 runs have been stretched across. And so, I mean, the almost comeback is in progress. Can they complete the comeback? The 0-1. 0-1 on the way. And Nelson with another big rip and a miss. And now he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And the Blues are quickly looking like this comeback might be coming to an end too soon. Nelson has to put the ball in play to keep things alive. The 0-2. The 0-2 in the air to center field. Klein tagging. The catch is made for the second out. Klein coming in. He is going to score. And the lead is now only 13-12 for Roncalli. And so, boy, are the Blues working at this comeback. But now there are 2 down here in the Roncalli half of the 7th inning. Or the Blues half of the 7th inning, rather. And the last hope is Sam Stewart. First pitch. Misses down low. 1 ball, no strikes. So Stewart with a good take there, as many people would want to pull the trigger on that. Again, 2 balls smoked in this inning. Ludwig with his home run. Klein with his triple to center field that missed of being a home run. It literally scraped the wall. It was just on the wrong side as it was in play, and they had to hold Klein at third with a triple. But he has scored on the sac fly by Nelson, and that makes this game interesting. Stewart on the 1-0. Fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down here in the 7th. Nelson has to get on to keep this line moving. Just keep the line moving, as the Royals did in the 2015 World Series. As many of you can recall, they came back to defeat Houston in the 8th inning of game number 4. They later won the series, won the ALCS, and then in 5 games defeated the Mets to bring the World Series title back to Kansas City. The 1-1 on its way, and a rip and a miss by Stewart, and the Blues are down to their final strike, and oh man, this Roncalli crowd is ready to be on its feet after nearly getting the lead taken away. But can Stewart do something about it? Anything? Remember, you are out. Stewart would be out if he leans in here and takes a pitch. It's treated as a strike, and that would be the 3rd strike on him. So obviously, if you get hit, you're going to have to play that you did not lean in. 1-2, foul back, and Stewart not giving up without a fight here this evening. Again, 13-12 Crimson Pride with a slim lead here over the Blues. Can the comeback be completed? The 1-2. And Stewart gets plunked. And so now the tying run is on deck. Alright, he's on. First pitch in the air, that should do it. As the catch is made and the Blues are defeated at the hands of the Roncalli Crimson Pride, but not without a fight. As they go down tonight. At the hands of the Roncalli Catholic Crimson Pride, 13-12. We'll be back in just a moment from Roncalli Catholic High School to wrap things up. Spectrum Blues Live is coming up next. Okay. And we welcome you back to Roncalli Catholic High School. Whoa, there's a look at my computer screen. There's a look at the park. And we welcome you inside the press box. Michael Klein joining you here on Spectrum Blues Live post-game show, as tonight the Roncalli Catholic Crimson Pride hand the Blues their first loss of the season. Okay, we apologize about that, but we are back now, and, well, we welcome in professional analyst Tom Klein, who will be calling our home games later this season, as he is going to take a look at the Blues game tonight. And Tom, what was it that you saw out there at one point that really kind of made the difference in tonight's game? And so, what was it in the moment that started making the comeback? Did you think the Blues were able to complete it at any point? Well, that does it tonight from Roncalli Catholic Crimson High School. I'm Michael Klein. Please join us back here for our next telecast on Friday at 8 o'clock. Again, this is Michael Klein saying so long from Roncalli Catholic Crimson High School. Again, the final tonight is Roncalli Catholic 13 and the Wahoo Pharmacy Blues 12. Good night from Omaha.